At Primary Residential Mortgage, you can purchase a new home with a low interest rate and a small down payment for less than you're paying in rent. Primary Residential Mortgage, the home of the American dream.
Very humbled and proud this afternoon to be welcoming the governor to talk about violence prevention. We've had two major programs at RISAP over the last couple of years. One is Street Safe Bridgeport, which we do in concert with Project Longevity here, where we have street outreach workers out on the street building relationships with young gang and group members to get them off the street.
So to fight gun violence, we need carrots and sticks. We need good mental health, we need a loving community, and we need jobs. And on the other side, we need tough laws and tough legislators and a tough governor, and that's what we've got. I couldn't be prouder to be here because as mayor of Bridgeport, it can be tough sometimes. You've been at some of the funerals with me. You've been at some of the marches in the neighborhoods with me. And I know you all are with me in trying to fight violence in the city of Bridgeport, or you wouldn't be here as part of RISAP. So I want to thank you for your efforts, because that's critically important for you guys to be involved and take the bull by the horns and work at the level of youth in the city. Give them hope, give them a shot at tomorrow. Then we know that we've got a good teammate with RISAP and with MEO. So I want to thank you.
So far this year, our homicides are down 30% over this time last year. Our number of shootings are down 12% over this time last year, and the number of shooting victims are down 17% again this time compared to last year. Still more work to do, still we can do. We won't give up until there's no homicides and there's no shootings and there's no shooting victims, and I think that should be everyone's goal.
What makes Project Longevity unique is that we are not just trying to get those individuals to stop the violence, but we're offering them something on the other end if they do in fact decide to put down their weapons and stop the violent behavior that they're involved in. Most of the individuals are involved in groups or gangs. We don't like to say gang that much anymore, because gang conjures up hierarchy where there's a leader. Most often nowadays in Bridgeport, like any other big cities in the country, it's sort of a free-for-all. There isn't really a high structure. There's individuals from the East End that don't get along with individuals from the North End, for whatever the reason may be. So we refer to these groups as groups, these individuals as groups. And so we've had tremendous success in Bridgeport thus far. In addition to going after the individuals who are involved in the gun violence, we've also taken those individuals who take one step after hearing the message from the community, from law enforcement, and from service providers. If they hear that message at a call-in and they are inclined to take a step towards getting help, we're there with a full staff, with cooperation from probation and parole, cooperation from law enforcement, cooperation from the community, to help those individuals take a step towards turning their life around. So it's easy to say, put down the guns and stop the violence, but Project Longevity offers the other side of it. In addition to stopping the violence, there's no negotiation for that. In addition to trying to stop the violence, we're offering help, and we're offering it in a multitude of ways. Through all of our social service provider networks. The Reentry Roundtable here in Bridgeport is phenomenal. All the services come together on a monthly basis and talk about the same individuals. How can we help this individual? How can we help this family that's involved or embroiled in violence in the community? The results so far have been staggering, and it's all because of the community. The people in Bridgeport are speaking loud and clear that they want change, and they're doing everything possible to make this change come about. I'm very proud of what's going on in Bridgeport and the work that we're doing at Project Longevity.
I'm proud of the numbers when we hear about the reductions in shootings and homicides and related events that's taking place this calendar year. But we also know that just a few weeks ago we had a difficult weekend. And those things are going to happen from time to time. But every time there's a shooting, every time there's an incident, we need to learn from it, as you just heard about. That data needs to be collected. We need to understand what's going on the streets. We need to understand what some of the battles, turf or otherwise, are about. And that's what Project Longevity is about in this community, in New Haven, and in Hartford as well. We know that our children will be less likely to commit crimes if they have an opportunity, and our state is prioritizing the flow of resources to programs that offer career development, youth workforce development, and college preparation. We also know that our streets will be safer if we commit to funding programs that provide our youth with after-school programs, essential drug and alcohol prevention programs, crisis intervention, and gang intervention. And that's why organizations like the one that we're here visiting today and others like it are receiving a portion of the $3.6 million in youth violence prevention grants that we are making across the state in our urban environments. I want you to know of that I want you to know that of that $3.4 million that are being distributed, a total of $671,000 are coming to Bridgeport. I'll actually read you a list of that. This is money that goes directly to services that help young people stay on the right track, thrive in school, and get help when they need it. It's a start. These programs are valuable and have shown early success in our cities that have begun their implementation alongside of the program that you just heard of. And the grants will ensure that our organizations can keep their doors open so that they can help the vulnerable youth in our state.